Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Classes Online. I am your host Benjamin. In today's lesson, we are going to look at how to master English tenses easily. If you've ever been confused about when to use past, present, or future tenses in English, this video is for you. Today we are breaking down the main English tenses in a simple, clear, and practical way, in a way that is perfect for beginners and intermediate learners. By the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident using tenses in your speaking and writing. So let's get started. We begin with section 1, which is present tenses, and we are going to pick two present tenses, the present simple, and the present continuous. All right, let's begin with the present simple. The present simple tense is used for facts, routines, and general truths. Of course, I've done a previous video which is very comprehensive, and it deals with the 12 tenses in English. But here we are focusing on a few of these tenses, two from each, two present tenses, two past tenses, and two future tenses. So if you want a complete overview of all the 12 tenses, then you can browse through my channel and you will be able to watch the complete video on the 12 tenses. Meanwhile, this is really meant to give you a good start as a beginner or an intermediate learner. So the present simple tense is used for facts, for routines, and for general truths. For example, the sun rises in the east. This is a scientific fact. Is a fact. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So you use the simple present tense for things like that. Another example is I go to school every day. I remember a novel written by a notable author in Nigeria. The title is Eze Goes to School. A habitual fact. So you use the simple present tense to express habitual facts, things that happen habitually. Now, here are the tips. You need to use the base verb for I, you, we, and they. Okay? So when you say I go, we go, you go, we go. The base verb. You use I, you, we, and they for the base verb. But you need to add S for he, she, and it. For example, she goes, he goes, it goes. All right? So that is exactly the way it works. Now, let's look at the second one, which is the present continuous, otherwise known as the progressive tense. The present continuous tense shows actions happening right now or around the current time. You use it to talk about something that is happening at the time of speaking. For example, I am watching a video. If you are watching a video right now, then that expression captures exactly what you are doing. Okay? I am teaching an English class, or I am delivering an English lesson. This is exactly what I am doing right now. I am teaching English. Okay? They are studying for their tests. That means at the point of speaking, that's exactly what they are doing. They are studying for their tests. So that's what the present continuous tense is used for. Now, don't forget that there are other uses. Even the simple present tense has other uses. Okay? But you will find these other uses in the previous video that I have talked about, which is all encompassing. It discusses the 12 tenses in English and gives you all the various uses of each tense. So if you are looking for something more detailed, more advanced, then you can browse for that particular video. It will be quite helpful to you. Section 2, past tenses. The past simple. We begin with the past simple. Now, don't forget, from what we have said so far, the English tenses are categorized into three main classes: present, past, and future. And these represent the three main time frames. Talk about the present, talk about the past, or you talk about the future. All right? Now, the past tenses, again, we will just take two of them, 2 out of 4. Now, it might interest you to know that the present tenses are 4 as well. We've discussed the present simple and the present continuous. But you also have the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Those ones, you will find them in the previous video I already talked about. Now, back to the past tenses. Let's begin with the past simple. The past simple is used for actions that happened at a specific time in the past. Okay? For example, I visited grandmother yesterday. I visited grandma yesterday. She watched a movie last night. She watched a movie last night. You use the past simple to talk about something that happened in the past. Okay? And here is the tip. You need to use ed, the ed past tense marker for regular verbs like watched, watched. Then you need to learn common irregular verbs. For example, go, went, run, ran, sing, sang. Those are irregular verbs, okay? But the regular verbs end in ed, okay? Now, this brings us to the past continuous. The past continuous is used for actions that were in progress at a certain time in the past. For example, I was doing my homework at 8 p.m. At that particular time, this action was in progress. I was doing my homework at 8 p.m. Or they were playing football when it started to rain, which means at the time the rain started, they were in the middle of playing football. They were playing football when it started to rain. Okay. Now, section 3, future tenses. Again, the future tenses are 4, but we are zeroing in on 2 of them, the future simple and the future continuous. Talking about future tenses, you also have future perfect and future perfect continuous. You will find all this in that comprehensive video on the 12 tenses in English. You will find this video right here on my channel. You can use the playlist with the title English Grammar, and then you'll be able to find that topic, okay, and watch the video. All right, so let's now look at the future simple. To talk about the future, we often use future simple tense with will or going to. I will or I am going to. For example, I will call you later. I will call you later. All right. Another example is she is going to travel next month. Now, here is the tip. Use will for quick decisions or promises. Okay. I will call you later. This is a very quick decision, or even, in fact, it could be viewed as a promise. Right? I'll call you later. Then use going to for planned actions or predictions based on evidence. She's going to travel next month. You know, it's something already scheduled. Okay? For a scheduled event, you can use going to. Okay? Now, let's look at the bonus tip. And this is practice time. Let's test your understanding. I'll give you a sentence with a missing verb. So try to say the correct tense out loud. Okay? Let's just few examples. Let's begin with the present simple. She dash books every day, in bracket read. Okay? Now the answer, I want you to figure it out yourself before I let you know the answer. She blank, that's a blank space. There is a blank space there. Okay? Books every day. She dash books every day. And the verb intended is read. So which form of that verb do you think should be there? The answer is read. She reads books every day. Don't forget that we said you use the base form of the verb for I, we, you, and they. I read, you read, we read, they read. There is no S. But you add S for he, she, and it. So this is a rule we already stated, and that's why the answer is she reads books every day. Now, past continuous. They dash TV when I arrive. And the intended verb is watch, in brackets. They dash TV when I arrive. Okay? Which form of the verb do you think should be there? They dash TV when I arrive. Try to figure it out. You can, pause the video and figure it out before you now listen to the answer. The answer, of course, is we are watching. They were watching TV when I arrived. Past continuous. They were watching TV when I arrived. Now, this brings us to the future. Future simple. I dash you with your homework. I dash you with your homework. That's dash here is the blank space, and the intended verb is help in brackets. Which form of the verb will be there? I dash you with your homework. The answer is will help. I will help you with your homework. I will help you with your homework. Well done. Now you've reviewed the key English tenses used every day. Keep practicing with real-life examples. Try and see how you can use every opportunity to practice using these tenses correctly. The correct use of tenses is a mark of good grammar, okay? And when you use your tenses correctly, of course, you speak and write good English. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more grammar lesson tips, okay? And hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Whenever a video goes live on this channel, you will be instantly notified. Thanks for watching and see you in the next class.